Tonight on News 5 Live, accused murderer Elmer Na appears to trial unrepresented, along with his common-law wife and brother-in-law for kept ammunition following a drug plane landing in November of 2021. The Maya Leader Alliance responds to vile comments made by Toledo East Area Rep Mike Espat. And the Briceño administration inaugurates Blackberry Ridge Estate, the newest housing project in rural Belize. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. Smart, your full-service communication provider.
Welcome to Design Depot, home of Sherwin-Williams Paint. Sherwin-Williams Paint is one of the most reputable paints in the industry, known for its superior quality, durability, and environmentally friendly technology. We carry a large variety of products for all your home and commercial needs, such as interior and exterior paints, primers, wood stains, sealers, clear top coats, caulking, aerosols, concrete, and masonry products. Achieve professional-looking results with ease using Sherwin-Williams paint and coating. Available at Design Depot, all in one place.
Saturday, February 4th at the People's Stadium in Orange Walk Town. It's Los Angeles Azules live in concert, performing all their hits. Los Angeles Azules live in concert. Sponsored by Belikin, the Belize Tourism Board, Travelers, DG Wallet, United Distributed Limited, Cellular World, Samsung, Orange Walk Town Council, eCash, Madisco, Vince Liquors, and Office of the Prime Minister. Saturday, February 4th at the People's Stadium in Orange Walk Town. It's Los Angeles Azules live in concert.
Ahora más que nunca te necesito junto a mí.
newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, February 1st. I am Sabrina Daly. Under heavy police guard earlier today, Elmer Nath, the man accused of the heinous triple murder in Belmopan on New Year's Eve, appeared unrepresented before Senior Magistrate Baha Showman in Belize City. Along with his common-law wife, Epifania Kalis, and his brother-in-law, Police Constable Manuel Kalis, Na is on trial for 2 counts of kept ammunition for a quantity of rounds found inside a vehicle they were traveling in on the night of November 6, 2021. It is the same night that a drug plane landed on the Southern Highway near Bladen in the Toledo district. This morning, just before 11 o'clock, the trio appeared in court number 1. The initial charges were for 5 counts, but before the trial commenced, lead prosecutor Alifa Elrington made an application to withdraw 3 of the 5 counts. The charges that remained were for kept ammunition without being granted a gun license. Attorney Richard Dickey Bradley is representing Na's common-law wife, while attorney Leroy Banner appeared on behalf of Manuel Kalis.
The senior magistrate in the magistrate court, Baha Showman, is the trial magistrate in the matter where 3 persons have been charged for having kept ammunition, and previously there was an additional charge of having kept firearm as well. And the 4 witnesses testified today that they were present, the first and one of the other witnesses, both Officer Chun and Officer Mark Soul, stopped a vehicle, 2 vehicles on the highway sometime after 5 o'clock on the 6th day of November 2021. And it took a long time to get disclosure, took a long time for all the preliminaries, but the magistrate, senior magistrate, insisted this case has to take place because it is going too long. And so my colleague Leroy Banner is defending Manuel Kalis, and myself I am defending Epifania from the very beginning, because I had said so publicly previously that she's a public officer and she has been suspended from her employment from ever since she was wrongly charged, because she and her very young baby were in a vehicle driven by her common-law husband, Mr. Elmer Nath, who is basically representing himself, as I understand it, and that this matter has even gone to an internal police tribunal, and the evidence, written evidence, has established that a police officer who is in fact responsible for the ammunition, who belonged to the team of these officers, has said to the tribunal that yes, that they are mine, so how can you charge somebody else for something which was issued to another police officer, when they are in fact, as you heard in the trial, that they were driving a vehicle that was used in the Commander of Operations special team. So you are given a vehicle from the police department and ammunition are in there for one of your fellow teammates. How can you end up facing criminal charges?
40-year-old Arthur Higgs, his common-law wife Tamara Cooper, and 45-year-old Michelle Higgs, all residents of 7th Street in Kings Park, were arraigned before Senior Magistrate Tricia Pitts Anderson earlier today on charges of drug trafficking. The trio was arrested after being found in possession of a little over 200 grams of cannabis. While Cooper pleaded guilty to the marijuana charge and was fined $800, Her common-law husband was charged for the offense of obstruction for blocking a police officer from entering their residence to conduct a search. Despite Cooper taking the rap for weed possession, the charges against Higgs siblings were not withdrawn. They were both granted bail in the sum of $1,000 each, plus one surety of the same amount. They are due back in court on March 30th, 2023. Coming up, teacher placed on administrative leave after student alleges he sent her indecent messages. Find out the details when we come back.
On behalf of the Social Security Board, I extend our deepest gratitude for taking the opportunity offered to be a part of this amazing learning experience. Today, you graduate empowered with knowledge. You graduate with a new skill set that you can put to good use and benefit from it. You have now acquired the knowledge and you are fully prepared to build on the foundation that you have fostered.
We consider ourselves privileged to be offered an opportunity by the Belize Social Security Board to partner with them in this effort.
Thank you all for all of this.
So we want to thank Social Security Board to provide the funding for that. We appreciate it and we hope they continue to provide opportunities like this for more people. Thank you.
Once again, congratulations to the January 2023 cohort Empowering You participants. On behalf of the Social Security Board, I wish you nothing but the very best.
You could still come over though, if you watch a movie or something.
Oh my God, I can't believe this happened.
Under the bed or in the closet, which one?
I got 3 boys. I need them to be better men than me. I mean, better men than me.
Please don't go wind up.
Who has stopped me? Hello. Who has stopped me? Which one I want to know?
For We Family Season 2 begins January 26 at 8 p.m. on Channel 5 and on News 5 Live's Facebook page. Brought to you by the National Commission for Families and Children in collaboration with the National Parenting Task Force and UNICEF.
Hi, I am Maria Sobeidayam from the beautiful Pachacan Village, Corozal District. I am a proud teacher for the Corozal Community College and also proud and satisfied customer for Development Finance Corporation of Belize. My experience with DFC, it started in 1997 when I first went to ask for assistance for a student loan so I could complete my bachelor's degree in biology. And thankfully it was approved, and so as a result of that I was able to finish my studies. Being the institution that would provide what I needed, I then applied for a loan to do an extension at my house so that I could better accommodate myself and my 4 girls. I am so thankful to Mr. Che who assisted me in getting a reduced interest rate of 7.5%, which when you look at it, it is a significant amount that I am able to save when it comes to my payment. I was able to get an additional amount so that I would build my upstairs, which is something that I had wanted to do long time ago. And so finally now I have my upstairs. I am able to accommodate my growing family, which is my daughter with her husband and my first grandson downstairs. And of course now I have much more space for myself and my other girls upstairs. And so as a family, I can say that DFC has improved my quality of life by giving me the opportunity to do the projects that I have wanted to do, and I can say that I am satisfied up to now.
While you cannot prevent accidents from happening, you can take steps to protect yourself from the financial burden that can result from an accident. Orphanage Life Insurance Personal Accident Plan is the solution for you. With our personal accident plan, you are covered anywhere in the world. This plan pays out a benefit for any dismemberment, as the benefit is paid directly to you. It can also cover the need for medical artificial appliances such as wheelchair, crutches, hearing aid, and prosthetics. In the event life is lost due to an accident, the personal accident plan pays out the insured amount to the beneficiaries. Now, you can live with the confidence that we have you covered. Let the Orphanage Life team assist you in planning for your future. Call us today at 221-5143 or visit our website at orfglife.com. Orphanage Life Insurance, the life company.
Today we're here shopping at B-Mart. Today we're making the green super smoothie. Let's get after it.
There is a disturbing allegation that has surfaced about a teacher at one of Belize City's high schools. A parent has come forward to say that a male teacher at Canaan Seventh-day Adventist High School sent his teenage daughter, who was a student at the high school up until today, a series of indecent text messages via Instagram last Monday. The girl apparently rejected the teacher's advances and showed her parents the messages when she got home. The next day, the parents went with their child to the school and reported the matter to the school's administration. But a week later, when no action had been taken against the teacher, the irate father grew impatient and returned to the school. News 5's Marian Ali spoke with the father today, but to protect his daughter's identity, we cannot reveal his. Here's that report.
It is every parent's nightmare to learn that their underage child has been the subject of unwarranted sexual advances, whether physical or otherwise, by someone who should be their caretaker at school, a teacher. But that is exactly what occurred last week Monday when a student of Canaan Seventh-day Adventist High School on Coney Drive received indecent text messages via Instagram, allegedly from one of her male teachers. After she rejected him, she told her parents about it, and they sought action the next day.
On the 24th, we then went to the school, presented the evidence that we had, the screenshots, and to the vice principal. My child opened her phone to the app to show them the app. Apart from that, we also, just as a further measure, so there's no question, clicked on the profile of the person sending the message, and it was that of the teacher. We were then told that something would have been done.
But the father said that after a week, nothing was done, and his daughter was going to school and facing the same teacher in class every day, much to her discomfort. The father told us that he grew impatient and returned to the school with an ultimatum.
I said, you guys have had enough time. Put the guy on administrative leave or terminate him by midday the following day, which is the 31st. Yesterday. They did not do that.
What made matters worse was a string of events that allegedly happened at the school on Tuesday.
My daughter was at school yesterday. She finished the day there. When she came home, she broke down and started crying. And there was an incident that she told her mom and me about, which was she was approached by a teacher, a female teacher, who said something to the effect that, "I didn't know you stand so." And that right there made me hit 100. I will take legal action against the school as allowed to the full limits of the law.
The dad said he discovered that another teacher was terminated just recently for an even more egregious incident.
The principal and vice principal openly admitted to us, me and the two witnesses, and we have part of it on recording, where there was a previous incident with another teacher recently that they let go. And I asked specifically, did you inform the Ministry of Education? And there was dead silence.
The angry father informed us that he took his daughter out of school today and is now in the process of registering her at another high school. She has been distraught since the day the messages were sent to her, he said.
I don't really have the words to describe what she's going through. It's a traumatic event. It's a traumatic event for the entire family. She has older and younger siblings who are feeling the effects of this.
The parent encouraged students who have endured the same offensive experience, whether at the same or another school, to use this incident as their impetus to come forward and report such activity.
I have gone to the police, and I'm very interested in seeing what the Ministry of Education will do, not only to provide the help that my daughter and my family needs right now, mentally and emotionally, but also from an educational standpoint. That needs to be fixed.
The father believes that there needs to be an authority where minors who become victims of these kinds of experiences can seek help. He said his coming forward is to sound a call for this to be put in place.
When we initially lodged our complaint, our issue, we weren't directed toward anywhere to go, what to do, if there's any next steps, the process that would happen, that the school would take. The school never informed us of anything. There doesn't appear to be any, at least documentation that I found anywhere, that specifically says what should be done in situations like this. I don't want this ever to happen again. I want there to be some sort of reform, some sort of policy that's made known in the public domain that every parent has access to.
The father advised families to talk to their children and where cases like his daughter's surface, to make it public so that the perpetrators are brought to justice. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
We reached out to the school and we were told that the principal was not taking any calls today. We also reached out to the Ministry of Education and the Seventh-day Adventist Mission, both of which informed us that they are conducting investigations into the allegation and that they will issue a statement. That statement came from the ministry this evening, in which it stated in part, quote, "We are disturbed and deeply concerned by these allegations. In accordance with the Section 58, 59, and 56 of the Education Amendment Rules, Revised Edition 2012, the managing authority has commenced an investigation into these allegations, and the teacher involved has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation," end quote. The Maya Leaders Alliance has responded to offensive statements made by the Toledo East Area Representative Mike Espat during the annual PG Day celebration on January 28th. The comments were made by the senior politician in respect of the Maya lands rights issues and construed it as a matter of the Maya people against other ethnic groups in Belize. Earlier today, News 5 spoke with Christina Cox, spokesperson for the Maya Leaders Alliance.
That we have examined the statement made by Minister Espat, where he, of course, represents the Maya land right affirmation as a problem, right? And made it a matter of the Maya people, seemingly against other ethnic groups. He framed the Maya people's struggle and movement as a separatist movement, which he described as their aim is to create new borders with checkpoints, charging people to enter their land, financed by foreigners. But perhaps most damning was when he described the movement, referred to it as a brick wall against which a sledgehammer must be used to break it down, even calling on the people of Punta Gorda to stop the Maya. This is, of course, in our humble view, it is nothing short of racist and nothing short of inciting violence against the Maya people. That is in summary, our view of Minister Espat's statement. This comes at a time when we continue to see the government operate as if it is above the need to comply with the orders of the Caribbean Court of Justice, right? This is not an isolated issue. This is continuous government rhetoric. It has just escalated now to using blatantly racist language to stoke division. So it's whether or not it has a place. We have seen a pattern in government's response, government's attitude, government's rhetoric. In fact, there have been many statements made, maybe not as unfiltered or as naked as Minister Mike made it to be. But we have heard that, statements made against the Maya people suggesting that we will not be happy until the government gives us all of the Toledo district, or that we are balkanizing. But all of this is, in our view, an attempt to rally the general public against the Maya people, against their struggle, by irresponsibly stirring up racial tension and misrepresenting the Maya struggle.
The MLA reiterates that such statements are dangerous, emboldening those who want to cause harm and grab Maya lands. After the break, a new housing project is inaugurated at Blackberry Ridge Estate.
Cyber Home Theater presents the 19th annual tribute and concert to the late great Bob Marley. It's going to be a 2-day event. Part 1 on Saturday, February 4th, Lovers Rock Reggae Session from 8 p.m. until...
I want to give you some good loving.
Part 2 on Sunday, February 5th, the Roots and Culture Session from 4 p.m. until...
See them fighting for power.
It's all going down at the Big Bird's Isle. Live DVD performance of Bob Marley and the Wailers. Music also provided by DJ Bujo, DJ Sambo, Mark the Spark, Linda D, Tony G, and DJ LaCroix. Live performances from Mile 41 Reggae Band, all backed up by Silver Fox Sounds. It's a 2-day event you don't want to miss at the Big Bird's Isle, Saturday, February 4th and Sunday, February 5th. Entrance fee per day is only $10. Live performance by Ras Indio and Sankey. This event is sponsored by Creme Television and Creme Radio, Channel 7, Love FM, Channel 5, Wave TV and Wave Radio, Leslie's Imports, Vibes Media and Television, Travelers Liquors, Red Stripe Beer, Michael Perfeet, Caribbean Shipping, Belize Waste Control, Digicel, AAA Loans, Father and Son Bike Shop and Electronics, Buddy Brown International, Maino Bevans, Campari, Minister Anthony Mahler, and Belize Tourism Board.
In the words of the late great Ian Mariano Sr., when the San Pedro Tiger Sharks comes to town to battle the Hurricanes, the Hua Ipanades is the talk of this great showdown.
Beat ya. Let's go. All around.
The hurricane season is here, and the other BEBL teams better beware, because a catastrophic Category 5 is about to make landfall at the Belize Civic Center. You hear? Venice Belize Hurricanes tips off their opening home game this Friday night, February 3 at the Belize Civic Center, when a 3-time BEBL champion, San Pedro Tiger Sharks, will go up against your beloved and city favorite, your 2-time BEBL champion, Venice Belize Hurricanes. The last time these two teams clashed was in 2020, and the San Pedro Tiger Sharks was buried alive. Basketball is back in the city, and your Venice Belize Hurricanes are poised and ready to dominate 2023. We are on a mission, and our road to championship starts now. Venice Belize Hurricanes have built this city. Bring out the entire family this Friday, February 3 at the Belize Civic Center. Gates open at 7 p.m. and tip-off time is 9. San Pedro Tiger Sharks versus Venice Belize Hurricanes. This you don't want to miss. Respect the city. Love the game.
Hurricanes are one big family.
The after party will be at Thirsty Thursdays. Proud sponsors: Venice Home Center, Smart Belize, Sarah's Cabana Used Clothing, Caribbean Sprinters, Cellular World, Resinos Imports, Victor Food, Prestige Auto Sales, Midway Store, Car Guys, Harris Import, AAA, Mirage Belize, Mahib's Wholesale, Love FM, More FM, Creme Radio, Wave Radio, Positive Vibes, Channel 5 and Channel 7. Let's get it on! Get it on!
Who offers the best home internet experience? The truth is, Digi, of course. Diginet has the largest fiber network and the fastest speeds with the most reliable service. That's more learning, more earning, more gaming, more bonding, more sharing, getting more things done. And now, Diginet is even more affordable with the new entry plan, a 20 megabits per second fiber connection for just $49 monthly, and increased speeds in all plans. The truth is, only Digi has the ultimate home internet experience, with savings up to $270 when you bundle. Wireless and cable can't give you that. So what are you waiting for? Sign up or make the switch to Diginet today to enjoy more speeds to get more done. Digi, our national telecom.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
This morning, Prime Minister John Briceño, Minister of Infrastructure Development and Housing, Julius Espat, and a handful of government ministers and CEOs were on hand for the unveiling of Blackberry Ridge Estate, the latest housing initiative to be undertaken by his administration. The site is a few minutes outside of Burrell-Boom Village and is part of the People's United Party's Plan Belize manifesto to provide affordable housing for the most deserving. Earlier today, News 5's Isani Cayetano was present for the inauguration and filed the following story.
A 25-acre spread, just a few minutes away from Burrell-Boom Village, is the site of government's most recent initiative, a housing project that provides affordable homes for 50 residents. Blackberry Ridge Estate is a collection of starter homes made possible through the Briceño administration under Plan Belize to persons who are affected by Hurricane Lisa, as well as others who are first-time homeowners.
We started the program building homes throughout the entire country, individual homes, because at the time we didn't have a land to be able to do a community. So from the onset we were looking throughout the entire country as to where we could start the program.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing eventually settled on an area not far from the Hattieville-Boom Road. The location, 1 mile off the circuit, was ideal for the new community.
Mr. Flowers had this parcel of land and he came up with the proposal. Once that fell within the specifications that we had at the ministry and the price range, and the price was really good. And so we took it to cabinet. We got cabinet's approval, and then we did all that we need to do. We had to go to the Ministry of Finance for approval. We went to the Contractor General for approval, and this is where we are now after the work has been completed.
The homes are modest and designed for single occupancy, or at best, a small family. The idea, however, is that over time these structures will be expanded to accommodate a growing household.
In simple terms, a starter home concept is a house that is designed in such a way that you could expand with it over time. And it is a house that as a government, we have a responsibility to help those that need the help. We don't need to help those that have. They could go to the bank and borrow their own money and build their own house. But you recipients right here, it would be very difficult for you to walk into Belize Bank and say, I want to borrow $100,000 to build a home. So the first thing they'll tell you, what's your collateral?
Realizing that many of them may not have had property as security against the loan, the government of Belize decided that it would assume the lion's share of the expense. The remainder would be covered by the recipients of those properties.
The government puts a part of the investment, and then you as a homeowner will pay the balance of that investment. And why is it important that you also, as the recipients of these homes, also pay something towards it? It is important so that you know that there is a cost to this house.
Each property, approximately a quarter acre in size, comes in at around $45,000, house and lot. That's a total value of $2.25 million for all 50 homes, paid out of government's coffers. Minister, $100 a month is within reach in terms of persons being able to pay for these starter homes. But there is also the likelihood that some people will default nonetheless. How does the government plan to deal with that, considering the fact that these buildings are being constructed out of the public purse?
This is not a private enterprise. It is not for profit. This is a social program. This is a program designed to help people. And yes, you will have some that will probably not be responsible for whatever reason to achieve that payment. I think we will have to sit down collectively between the area reps and see how we can assist, because in reality, the people are in need. And we try to make it as affordable as possible, but even that, sometimes I think you will have some difficulty. But what's the purpose of this program? The purpose of this program is to enable people to have a better life.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isane Cayetano.
Attorney for Ritchie's bus line, Orson Elrington, has written to the Department of Transport demanding that the bus line be given a renewal of the road service permit that it has held since 2008. In a letter addressed to the department and copied to the Chief Transport Officer, Diane Vasquez Garbutt, and to the Attorney General, Magali Marin Young, Elrington states that Ritchie's bus line has complied with all the terms and conditions of their permit over the 14 years they have held the permit, and that to deny them a renewal is an attempt to deprive them of the bus run. Elrington goes on to threaten the department by stating that failure to comply with the demand to renew the permit will result in them taking legal action, for which the department will be responsible to cover all legal costs for the bus line. Elrington's letter followed one that was sent to his client on January 12th, informing them that the road service permit would not be renewed because when the board assessed their progress of commitments tabled, they found that the company had not made good on those commitments. That is, the company had not procured newer buses by December of last year. Further to that, the department informed that the terminal reports, copies of which it included, show that the company's bus runs have been inconsistent due to mechanical failure. The department also pointed to complaints it had received regarding the safety, reliability, and quality of service that the bus line provides. Closing arguments in the manslaughter trial of Kareem Martinez, a former corporal of police charged for the shooting death of 14-year-old Laddie Gillett, will be heard on Thursday before Justice Antoinette Moore in Dangriga Supreme Court. This follows today's session that occurred inside as well as outside of the courtroom when the judge, along with the prosecutor and defense attorney, the accused and several critical witnesses returned to the scene of the incident in Placencia. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Today's session began inside the courtroom as the final prosecution witness, PC Claude Augustine, was called to testify. He was the driver of the police mobile used to transport the officers to the Placencia Beach Club, where the deadly encounter occurred. PC Augustine said in his testimony today that he saw when Special Constable Michael Miranda and Police Constable Isaiah Pop caught up with one of the young men and then heard a loud bang. But there were some elements of his testimony that did not coincide with what other witnesses said transpired that night, including that he saw the deceased and his friend standing near the building.
Laddie is about 5 feet 6 inches the most. At that distance, the further you are, the higher the bullet will be going. Okay, so it's just a common sense. But you might say a fool talk, but I don't really fully listen all the time, you know. And these are the things that really make, okay, as a family, it hurts you to see the lie that they're telling. I mean, being on this spot, I wonder how they feel in their hearts, knowing the lie that they were telling, or that they're telling, you know. Look at this instance. Man, Mr. Salgado, to try come with breeze and all kind of thing there about the place with dark. Make it better if the place dark, you know, should fire shoot, because you don't know where to shoot at. So I don't know where it get at.
And so to get a better understanding of what transpired, Justice Antoinette Moore took the court to the scene of the shooting. There, from 11:40 a.m. to 12:40 p.m., a walk-through was conducted and included key witnesses. Security guard Devon Castillo, who called police twice about men who were trespassing the beach club property several times. Scenes of crime personnel Pablo Mai, who processed the scene, discovering the expended shell case approximately 25 yards from where the suspected blood and mass which belonged to Laddie were found. And then there was Thomas Palacio, Laddie's friend, who experienced the ordeal and is still traumatized by the incident. The session resumed inside the courtroom around 3 o'clock, and what was said at the locus was recorded into evidence, including that there were no bushes. that Palacio and Laddie were walking on a concrete path along a wooden fence when they saw two men in dark clothing and ran away from them. A loud bang was heard. Laddie fell to the ground and Palacio drops to the ground as well. He was assaulted about 15 feet away from a mortally wounded Laddie.
So I ran her through Laddie's final steps. I showed her where we were, what transpired, answered her questions, and that was that.
What were some of the more pertinent questions that you feel she asked you?
I think it's when she asked me where we were when the cops basically ambushed us, where Laddie was when he got shot, and where we were before we left.
Do you feel that you were able to conclusively prove to her that some of these things that the officer said, such as you jumping a 6-foot fence or hiding behind bushes, in fact never took place?
Yeah, I found that kind of funny, but I was quite happy to show her that that wasn't the case, and I feel good about that.
It is exactly what happened. They were hiding there behind the fence there, run out front of the boy, no holla, no police, you run, then I turn back to run when they come from, so that is exactly what happened. So then they talk about no light and it's dark and all of that. But let's just wait. I'm satisfied with today and with the proceeding, how it is going so far. Let's just wait and see how it goes.
Expectedly so, revisiting the scene was not that easy for Laddie's family or Palacio.
Well, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, sitting there on the bench, reminiscing the times that we used to have here when we used to come down here together and play in the sea. You know, it's hard, but I'm glad that she came down because on picture it's so different. It's make a huge difference being on the actual area or the actual ground than seeing it on pictures. So she gets a clear view how close it was, the distance and the bushes that they were claiming there was bushes. There's no bushes for them to show because there wasn't any bushes. So what this does, it makes our case stronger and it gives me more hope. Even though I'm sad, I mean, bring back hurtful and joyful memories that we spent here together, you know, but so far, I'm satisfied with everything that is going on right now so far. So just waiting for the end result to see exactly what will happen.
It's always awful to think about it. So to go there physical, it's 10 times worse. But to me, it's something that I have to do for my friend Laddie. You know, the court has its system and I have to do what the system says. But it's also a way of me showing other people that, you know, this happened and we have to get justice for it. So it was mixed feelings, but I'm okay.
Have you been back there since that day?
I've been back there, but not to just go there. If I have we had vigils there before. I passed the beach club, you know, I walk the beach a lot. But to go there, I don't really go there too often. It's too painful to go there.
The court session ended today with a new piece of evidence presented by Defense Attorney Oscar Salgado. That document is a statement taken from PC Claude Augustine on July 20th, 2021, during an internal investigation carried out on the incident by the Professional Standards Branch of the Belize Police Department. That statement revealed that PC Augustine also carried his police-issued gun at the time of the shooting. So he will be called on Thursday on this new piece of information. Of note, however, is that on Tuesday, firearms examiner Shirley Lino testified that testing done on Kareem Martinez's firearm, the shell casing discovered at the scene, and the live rounds recovered were a match as it relates to the Bersa brand firearm that was issued to the accused. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
When we return, Belize's foreign minister assumes chairmanship of SICA's Council of Foreign Ministers.
You know the saying, desperate times call for desperate measures. What do you do when you get to a dead end? Sometimes life just doesn't go the way we planned it to go. And when you're in those seasons of life, what do you do? Where do you go? Who do you turn to? Join Sagebrush Church as we begin our series, Dead End Desperation, where we'll talk about following God in some of the hardest moments of our lives. Be sure to visit sagebrush.church or download the Sagebrush app for locations, service times, and more.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Ray, what's wrong? It's him. He hit me again. Oh my gosh. This time it was worse. He slammed my face in the wall and threatened to kill me. If you or someone you know is experiencing family violence, call 0800-A-WAY-OUT. Or you can text or WhatsApp to 672-9628.
Environmentally degradable plastics, or EDP, are plastics that are affected by a combination of environmental conditions that cause the plastic to break down within an acceptable time frame. They are specifically designed to degrade into carbon dioxide, water, and other biomass substances. The level of breakdown can vary based on standard test methods appropriate to the plastic. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
The Dominican Republic has officially handed over the chairmanship of the Council of Foreign Ministers of Central American Integration System, CICA, to Belize. Roberto Alvarez, the Minister of Foreign Affairs for the Dominican Republic, and Werner Vargas, the Secretary General of CICA, arrived in Belize on Tuesday on an official visit. During their two-day stay, Alvarez and Vargas engaged in a series of meetings with Senator Eamon Courtney, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. On Tuesday, Minister Alvarez officially handed over the chairmanship of the Council of Foreign Affairs of CICA to Minister Courtney. News 5's Paul Lopez was in Belmopan this morning. He filed the following report.
Minister of Foreign Affairs for the Dominican Republic, Roberto Alvarez, was in Belize for 2 days to officially hand over the chairmanship of the Council of Foreign Ministers of CICA to Senator Eamon Courtney, the Minister of Foreign Affairs for Belize.
We have welcomed both the Secretary General and Minister Alvarez to Belize yesterday, in which we had a briefing yesterday evening where we briefed the diplomatic corps and representatives of international organizations on the work of CICA, the ongoing work of CICA. We also had the formal transfer of the chairmanship of the Council of Foreign Ministers from the Dominican Republic in the person of Minister Alvarez to Belize and to myself as the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Belize.
This morning, Minister Courtney called a press conference at the Lee Richardson building in Belmopan and highlighted the importance of Belize's geographical location as a bridge to Central America and CARICOM.
I have been in Belize since yesterday, and as the Foreign Minister has said, we met yesterday and had a very productive meeting in the transfer of the presidency of the Inter-American Integration System, and we continue today with our bilateral conversations on the issues that the Foreign Minister has pointed out. We consider Belize not only a very important partner within the system, but an essential one, as Foreign Minister Courtney has pointed out, because of the particular role that Belize plays as a bridge between our Central American system and the CARICOM.
Also at the head table was Werner Vargas, SICA's Secretary General. He was elected under Alvarez's chairmanship at a time when SICA had been without a Secretary General for over a year. Alvarez's leadership was primarily focused on strengthening the institutions within the system. Electing a SICA Secretary General was an act to that end.
I'm sorry, my English is not good. I prefer speaking Spanish. Y quisiera expresar nuestro total.
We fully support as SICA this PPT during this semester. Especially, we congratulate for the strong leadership by the Minister of Belize during the 6 months and the strong relation between SICA and CARICOM system.
We found out that there are, for example, 28 different organs. I don't even remember how many secretariats, but a large number of secretariats, a total of, I think, about 78 different institutions. There had been over 300, so a number of them were eliminated or consolidated.
Building on the work of the Dominican Republic, Minister Courtney hopes to focus on the issue of food security post-pandemic.
One of the lessons of the COVID-19 pandemic is the massive interruption to the free flow of goods, the ability to trade when ports, airports and seaports were just closed down. And you had to rely primarily on what was available within your own borders. We have seen the impact of the war in Ukraine and Russia and Ukraine, and to see the way in which that has had an impact on the cost of goods, and indeed the cost of services, shipping services have increased, the costs have increased dramatically. And so we want to take a look at the impact of COVID, Ukraine, on the free flow of goods in the region, and to devise strategies as how we can become more resilient in the event or when the next pandemic comes or when the next shock comes that disrupts the trade. We need to be able to feed ourselves, to provide goods for services, and to be, as I said, more resilient.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
And given the Dominican Republic's geographic location to Haiti, we asked Foreign Minister Alvarez about the migration challenges his country is facing. The migration flow out of a severely impoverished Haiti has become a growing regional issue. Minister Alvarez offered some insight into how other Central American and Caribbean can address this issue, given his country's experience.
Very difficult to deal with the migration flows out of Haiti. We are dealing with them throughout the region, so you can imagine how it is in the Dominican Republic. Very tough. For example, our maternity wards right now, 33% of births in our public hospitals in the Dominican Republic are of Haitian women who are irregular migrants in the Dominican Republic. 16% of our health budget is dedicated to Haitian migrants in the Dominican Republic, most of whom are in a irregular situation. So, until internally in Haiti, the elites are able to actually come together in a consensus program and persevere over time, and the international community lends a hand to Haiti in terms of assistance to the police, because the Haitian police cannot deal with the gangs in Haiti by themselves. 65% of Port-au-Prince is in the control of gangs. And as we were talking earlier, one of the serious situations that we have to look out for and caution the international community that if they do not act in the case of Haiti and they just plow through and hold elections, who will reach power with this? It may be, and that is one of the things we must avoid, that it is candidates supported by the gangs. So we have a very serious regional situation which actually transcends the borders of Haiti.
Today marked the start of the Bowen and Bowen National Spelling Bee competition among primary school students. The event, now in its 26th year, started today throughout the country in what is called zone eliminations. The Belize Brewing Company's Coca-Cola brand coordinator, Vanessa Bowman, told News 5 today that the preparation started soon after the September celebrations were over.
Each school or each participant would have received a general list to study from, and they would compete amongst themselves within their school to identify a person who's going to represent that school. And each district has their own zone, and the zones are now competing amongst each other to have those two persons that will be representing at the zone level. Once we move out of the zone level, we'll go to district. But in between zone eliminations and the districts, we'll have a break where the students will then be preparing for another round of eliminations, and they'll have a new general list to study from.
How many zones?
40 zones in total countrywide. We have over 226 schools that have agreed to participate, and that's about 500 plus students.
The fiercely competitive contest has seen thousands of school children spell their way to the final rounds, where reserved and extra reserved lists of words are then used in the competition. Bowman explains how the list of words is selected.
We have a group that puts together the list, and then it's vetted, it's protected. We hold high integrity in ensuring that no one who is outside of the group that prepares the listing has access to the list. But it goes through a group of people, and we do still have many persons from years ago who were a part of the spelling bee who still vet our list today. So we make sure that we protect the integrity of the bee through protecting these words. Every year, the Ministry of Education supports with offering scholarships, grants for these students where they get book grants and scholarships, whether it's 1, 2, or 4 year, the full ride you'd want to call it, and they would have that support from the Ministry of Education. We also seek sponsorship from other corporate citizens like ourselves. We have Coca-Cola, which they support in ensuring that we have enough refreshments for the children, and we also make sure that we have prizes that are aligned with what they need.
Up next, who gets Kirk Smith Jr. for 2023 BEBL season?
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
In 2018, I was diagnosed with cervical 4A, stage 4A cancer. First, it was a size of a grapefruit. That's what the doctor told me. No? The kidney got enlarged. I couldn't do any chemotherapy because of the kidney. So I had to do only radiation. And I did my first session of 25. And then when I finished with the 25 sessions, I went back, she checked it, and she saw 4 centimeters. And I went back for the next 10 days. And after that, when she checked it again, she said, oh, it's like nothing is there. It wasn't painful, but it's a machine that you go under, and they have like a big, like a circular, and that goes 5 times. It'll take 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do the radiation, 1 session. Then you go back the next morning, another session. Well, I personally will highly recommend Galenia Hospital because of its good services, friendly staff, the doctors, very caring. Well, I just want to thank them for everything that they have done for me, you know, the staff and the doctor, especially Dr. Jamie, because she was my doctor for the radiation. No?
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Hola usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Deja mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. Selecciona Language. Y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
Messi, off goal, what a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi! Neymar and Messi is standing over this. Messi.
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
The Belize Hurricanes held a press conference this afternoon at the Belize City Civic Center to introduce its star-studded lineup of players ahead of Friday's matchup against the San Pedro Tiger Sharks. Last night, we showed you interviews with players from the team during their practice on Monday night. We were also at their press conference today, where we heard from several players and their head coach about the outlook for this season. Several of the players also shared encouraging words to young athletes who are hoping to model them one day. Here are those comments.
This group right here, I'm pretty impressed at what management did, because what they did was make every other organization have to step up. Because I'm not just saying this because I'm on the team, but there's no team that can mess with us. And that's just facts. It's not even saying like, oh, we're joking, we're kidding. It doesn't matter. 1 through 12. The minute I come out the game, somebody stronger is coming in the game. And that's how it's going to go every single time. So now teams are going to have to really go out and scout. And this is probably going to make Belize basketball a totally different atmosphere.
We've spoken about the flashiness and the high-flyingness that we expect to get on offense. One of the things we want to do as a team is push on defense. So we're going to play for every second of every minute of the entire game. So we're going to give it all for 40 minutes. And we could definitely do that with what we have here. So that's going to keep guys in check, and that's going to keep guys happy.
The way we give back, we go to, well, we don't reach all the schools there yet, but we gone EBR. We went to EBR today, and we gave away some tickets and some t-shirts, and that give back, they will give back by coming to the game and bringing that electric vibe, because they had me feeling like we made to play basketball today the way how they
Yeah, for sure.
Cheer we on.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Definitely did.
The same thing I was telling the kids this morning when we was at the school, for men and women. Just, if you have a goal, don't matter where you at, what the circumstances is, you know, sometimes, you know, I can relate to a lot of people here, and a lot of the kids love being around me because I can relate to Belize's life. Like, I had nothing, I was poor, so, you know, I had to be homeless, stealing from the grocery store type stuff. So I lived that life, you know, and can relate to kids. And when you can relate to kids and have been through the stuff they've been through, then it's easier to talk to them, it's easier to guide them, you know, through the tough times, you know, just as somebody who's got a pocket full of money, or their family's been great and everything, and they seeing them with all type of different shoes. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't grow up the way, you know, some people have grow up, you know. But it takes a lot of leaders to, you know, keep people guidance on the same, you know, try to keep them on the same track. So one thing, if you got goals, just don't let nobody tell you can't do something.
Fans will get a chance to win a 2-night stay at the Serenian Bay Resort and Villas during all 7 Hurricanes home games. Fans are simply required to sign up for the free raffle at the entrance. And it is not often that we hear about controversy within the realm of local basketball. But as the stakes increase within the BEBL, there is bound to be disagreements and disputes. And such is the case with the signing of Kirk Smith Jr. to the Benny's Belize Hurricanes. If the name Kirk Smith sounds familiar, it is because he is the son of Belizean basketball legend Kirk Shaba Smith Sr. But when Kirk Smith Jr. signed with the Benny's Belize Hurricanes in January, information surfaced that he already had an agreement with the Belize City Defenders. A dispute ensued between the two teams over the highly sought-after talent. Smith continues to practice with the Hurricanes, though he remains off the court during official games. Today, Dr. Paul Flowers, the general manager of Hurricanes, told us that the matter is being addressed through arbitration.
Double signing has happened in this league at the beginning of every single season. It's not that real out of the world experience. Hurricanes has had players who they work out with days before the season, and when contracts get issued to the league, we learn that they are on 2 rosters. We run a league where we only consider the rights of the owners. Don't really properly consider the rights of the players. But as things get higher and you bring in more skill, more professional, in Belize we do things like, yeah man, I got you. But as the stakes get higher and the appearance of money starts to come around, then all kind of things come out of the woodwork. So my statement on that is, double signing has happened throughout the history of this league, and it has always been handled the same way. It's a he said, she said, because for the most part in this league we don't do things the right way, but we are working on that. But we have very good arbitration for these things. The main arbitrator has always been Chief Magistrate Sharon Fraser, along with her team. They look at the facts and they make their judgment, and we've always respected whatever their judgment is.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.